Cura team. Wow. I mean, wow. What an effort this has been. I can't even tell you. Since pardon my character shivering, it's a bit cold outside. She's alright, but, you know, I'm going to explain something about that as well. When you left me, or when I left you, we were talking about building shelters and temporary bases and storing our gear in some kind of stashes and various other bits and pieces so that we could then go on to acquire a car. You know, because we need somewhere to store our gear while we run around and try and find the various bits and pieces that we need to find a car, find all the car parts, put the car together, whatever, you know. I've not done it before, and that's what it's going to take. So we're here at our shelter site in an undisclosed location, which is well out of the way, and boy, have I learned a lot about trying to build shelters. I tell you, boy, have I indeed. I have spent so much time running around on wild geese chases. It's not even funny. It's just not. So if you want to get this shelter site started, the first thing you're going to need to do is you are going to need to get yourself a stack of 5 short sticks and a piece of rope. If you then go to the rope while you're holding the short sticks, you'll see it says combine. So you hold circle and combine, and you get this crafting menu, which is craft fence kit, craft watchtower kit, craft flagpole kit, and craft shelter kit. Then it goes back to the start again. We want a shelter kit. If you then select R2 and hold R2, I think, sorry, my mistake, and you hold R2. Oh, not fence kit. Let's try this one last time. Shelter kit. You hold R2. Doesn't say hold R2, but that's what you do. You hold R2. You will get this, which is a shelter kit, and you pick that up and you put that in your hand, and you get this thing, shelter kit, used to plot the position of an improvised shelter. So yeah, put that in your hand, and it says choose placement, and this is what you get. You get this little square thing. Now, when it is fully illuminated, as it is now, that means that you can place a shelter. If it is partially see-through, then you cannot. Cannot. Okay? So, let's put that back, because we might need that in the future. I did that, and I put this shelter down. Now, after you put the shelter down, and you stand in it, and you hit your menu, you get this. And this tells you what you need. You need, for the base, you need 4 long sticks. That's pretty simple. And for the materials, you need, and this is very important because I did not know this, you need either 8 animal leather, 4 tarpaulins, or 50 short sticks. I thought you needed all 3 for a while, and I spent an awful lot of time running around trying to gather all 3, and it got me into all kinds of pickles. You don't need all 3, you just need 1. My advice is short sticks. You can pick up short sticks in no time at all. 1 long stick equals 3 short sticks. So you need, what is that, 17 long sticks, and you break them up into short sticks and you drop them in. What you can do, I think, can I pick one up? I wonder if I can pick one up. Split. No? It won't let me pick them up. What essentially happens is when you have a long stick or a short stick in your hand and you come to your site, it will say under shelter site, attach. Same way as it does with the fire Just says say attach, and you can attach the sticks, and your sticks lie down on the ground. I would say that this shelter has survived one server restart. However, I did lose another shelter, or at least I think I did. I've been unable to find it because I'm bad at geography and orienteering. I have managed to lose one shelter site already, but I have this one, and I don't know how long the parts last for, but when it is complete, you get this. If you back out, you get build improvised shelter, and if you hold that down, so I don't have any tools in my hand, this is just my hands, so I've got long sticks, short sticks, da 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 da. Look at this, and it holds 100. Isn't that great? We have managed to build our first improvised shelter. Is it in the best of locations? I just don't know. It's out of the way. It's in the woods. I don't think people would be coming this way, but if they are, then, you know, such is life. What are you going to do? There's other ways to secret things away, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But this is my shelter. Look at this. Look at this. I have a shelter. I can sit in my shelter. Oh, isn't that great? I don't know if I can. I can't really get a shot of myself. So so there you go, and it's got 100 capacity. So I can now look at things like my inventory and say, what do I need to carry around? What do I not need to carry around? And what are we going to put in our hands for the next step of our journey, which is talking about all the parts we need for cars. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go, and I have stashed some things, and I will talk about those in a minute. I have stashed some things. I will go have a look at those stashes, and I will pull together a little kit of things, and I will be right back. See you soon. Kia ora again, team. I'm just about to bury this little box. It has some odds and sods in it that are just nothing in particular, but they're taking up space, and I could do without the space. And I'm in the woods now, and I have done a video on how to make a wooden crate, and what I will do is I will splice that in now and come back when that is finished. So we'll see you shortly. Kia ora, team. Pardon me. I wanted to show you a little something. Now this is a little something that is good to know. If you have a big axe and you go up to a tree, you get this sign here. It says "Gather wooden log." Right, they make an awful lot of noise. Cutting a tree down, and you put that away. Get yourself a saw, and you have a look. You'll see it says "Hold to combine, craft wooden plank." That's crafts of wooden planks. Let's see, we get some wooden planks there. Now I need to get some more, because you need, is it 8? Find a very big tree. This one looks like that's it. Right. Craft them plank. ourselves some wooden planks. We'll retreat to the safety of our little shelter, where I have been pulled up. Got a little fire going. Got a little lockpick. Let's lock the door. Do not want to be disturbed. Right, let's find our planks. So, we have our planks here. And we will combine them to make a stack of planks. And now see we have a stack of planks. And I'm just going to put those down while I get my nails. In my pot, I have some nails. Put those in my hand. Right, put the nails in my hand. Where are you, planks? See, it says craft wooden crate. So what have I got? I've got 22 nails. I've got 8 planks. Let's see how many nails it takes. Right, this is how you get yourself a wooden crate. Nails. Used up 16 nails. So I did have 22. I've now got 6. And this is your wooden crate. This is what a wooden crate looks like. This is what you use to store things. Pardon me. So I now have a wooden crate in my backpack. If I put it in my hands, let's say, and I add that to it, I now have a wooden crate with that in it. And yes, still goes in my backpack. So we should be able to, in theory, fill this up and still carry it around. Doesn't like that, too big. Let's see. Yes! Look at that, we've now got a wooden crate in our backpack holding some of our gear. Isn't that good? Right, well, now that you have watched that little video on how to build one of these boxes, I will show you how to bury one of these boxes. When you have carried it to your chosen location and you have dropped it, if you have yourself, I think it is a pickaxe, a shovel, or a hoe, and you look at it, you will get a contextual menu that says bury. If you hold that, it will dig away. Watch the circle go all the way around. And it is now buried. Excellent, Smithers. Okay? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I am so glad. See you soon. Back again. I've been around and had a look at my stuff. Somewhere along the line between here and there, I lost an awful lot of things. I mean, I had loads of stuff, and I don't know what happened to it. I can't remember. Anyway, I had lots of things, and I lost quite a few things, and I don't know why that is. Probably just because I'm dreadful at keeping track of things. Anyway, I have stored some things in my improvised shelter. Things like I picked up a Tundra, but I don't have ammo for it. I've got a first aid kit with some things in it that I don't need. I've got a pot with some things in it I don't need. Zucchini seeds, a kit for a shelter, a felling axe, a spare hatchet, a sharpening stone, and so on. Things that I wouldn't be the end of the world if I lost them, but I would like to keep them. And I have here 2 crates. In one crate is, again, just a couple of spares, a protective case, and some boots. And the other one is going to be the car stuff. Now, I have no idea what exactly I need for a car. I will warn you in advance, but I think you need a spark plug. I think we pick up some spark plugs. I think you need tools. I think you need a battery. And I think you need fuel. And I think that's generally what you need for a car, right? You need the battery to generate the electricity, you need the spark plugs to create the spark, you need the fuel to get it going, and one imagines that you need tools of some description to make that work. So my intention is, I've seen a lot of tools around, and I don't know what tools are required, so I've got things like pliers, that adjustable wrench there. There's also, what does it say about the wrench? Small enough to be used in a tight space. I don't know what that means. But anyway, there's also the larger Stilson wrench. There's a screwdriver, pair of pliers, small hammer. I can't see you needing a hammer. I think hammers for construction. Anyway, what we want to do is, I'm going to go for a little sojourn around, and I am going to pick up a whole bunch of tools, and I'm going to bring them back, and I'm going to add them to my toolkit, and including a battery, and maybe even a battery charger if we need to. And once we have all those things together, we will go and see if we can find a car, and if we can fix it for the next leg of our journey. And in the meantime, I'm going to bury these two things somewhere where hopefully people won't find them. So I will see you soon. Kia ora again, team. I was just getting ready to head out, and it started raining. So I'm sitting here in my shelter. I don't know exactly how much of a shelter it is. I don't think I'm getting wet, which is a good start. But I just wanted to share some thoughts. The last several hours, I've spent quite a lot of hours running around trying to sort this out, and going off on wild goose chases and getting lost, and learning things, learning how to make boxes, learning how to bury boxes, which I've shared with you. Using a saw. Chop down a tree, use a saw, get some planks, combine the planks, get a box of nails, use the nails to make a box. How to put things in a box, how to store things in a box, how to bury a box. Carrying a box in a rucksack and so on. It's very, very handy. I wish I was better at it, 10 hours ago. Because then I've lost so much stuff I can't even tell you. And if only if only I was better at it, it wouldn't have been an issue. But anyway, building a shelter. This is now the second shelter I've had a go at, and this one has worked. Being sent off, going off on wild goose chases in terms of thinking I needed all this stuff, and I didn't need all that stuff, and in the end I built this shelter in one session in a couple of hours, which is probably how it should be. It should be a quick job. It's find some rags, cut up some rags, get 2 stacks of rags, make a rope, go outside, find some sticks, build a shelter. It's actually not that hard. It's not that hard. When I say it like that, it's like it's not that hard. But I spent hours and hours running around in the wilderness, going around towns, really confused about what I needed to do and how I needed to do it, and I have managed to figure that out eventually. A lot of it through a process of trial and error, sadly, which is not very good. And losing things, and yeah, I've lost loads of things. I had a box, I think, or a bag full of canned food. You'll have seen me with it. I had loads and loads of canned food. That's all gone. I don't know where, don't know when, don't know how. I can't remember. I had a whole load of tools, all gone, lost it. I don't know when, don't know where, don't know how. Just craziness. Bah. Um, if I had one thing to say to you, it would be better organized than I than I am. Because I've lost all this gear, and I don't know where it is. I don't know how I lost it. How do you lose all that? I make them. No, you don't have to. Don't. Whatever. I'm just obviously not great, but we're getting there, right? And along the way, I've learned some interesting things. I got cold. I spent so much time running around outside in the cold and the wet, and not keeping an eye on my health and not keeping an eye on my food, that I got a cold. Now it turns out tetracycline cures the cold. It took, I think, about 3 pills to cure my cold. It kept going away and coming back and going away and coming back. And I think the other thing is, when you do have the cold, stay hydrated, stay fed, and stay warm. So I made a point of, when I was sick, to be able to stay hydrated and stay warm, and make sure that I had plenty of food. Which brings me on to another thing. I ran out of food at one point, and I was like, oh, what do I do about that? And I had to run around and grab some food. Luckily enough, I found a cow eventually, which is what all this is. And as I've said before, and I stand by it absolutely 100%, is that I just want to check what was actually in this. I think that is where my vitamin pills are. As I didn't want to put it in my inventory, but thank you. As I said, fully 100% red meat, it is really, really good as a food source, in that it keeps you full for a long time, right? And it keeps that apple all the way to the top. I think you remember, or you should remember, that in one of my incarnations, that I said that I didn't think that you could get the apple all the way to the top. Well, you can get the apple all the way to the top. As it happens, you just need to keep eating. So just keep eating, and you will get the apple to the top. But if you keep your food up, you keep your water up, and you keep your temperature up, i.e. out of the blue, you're fine, right? It's what protects you. So what I was trying to do, what I was trying to say is, I obviously have this fishing rod, which is really good, and I have this fishing lure, which is now badly damaged, so at some point I'm going to have to replace that, but it has lasted me. The thing that I would say about that is, not all bodies of water yield fish. So the cooking pot over here, I actually got that out of a body of water, which is crazy, because I really wasn't expecting to get that out of a body of water, but I did. But I went fishing, and I found a couple of small pools of water, and it didn't get me any fish. Small ponds in particular. Running water seems to be pretty good. So if you can find a stream or something like that seemed to yield better results. And I think possibly big bodies of water, like the kind of thing that you can swim in. Big-ish bodies of water seems to work quite well. Small bodies of water that you can wade across. And I suppose that makes sense. It's a puddle. It's not really the kind of thing that you're going to find a carp in. So it was all a bit desperate for a while there, and it was only a couple of hours ago that I ran across a cow. Now, I will say again that I have eaten some of this already, and if you recall one of my other videos, I think I was in Kamenko. I went hunting for a cow in the night, and it turned out to be a bull, is what I shot. And the bulls are grey and the cows are brown. I want to say, don't quote me on that one. The bull only yielded me like 3 steaks, which is really odd. The cow, on the other hand, yielded more meat than I could carry. I couldn't carry it all. There was, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like 14 steaks or something, like an obscene amount of steaks and an obscene amount of offal and an obscene amount of fat and hide, and I couldn't, at the time I was loaded up with things and I couldn't carry it. But so there you go. So if you are hunting for food, and that is where you were going with life, the universe, and everything, my advice is try and get cow, as opposed to bull. I mean, whatever it takes in a pinch, right? But you know, have your fishing rod, find a body of water, dig up some worms, etc., and get some fish. Fish is good, and also get cow. I have yet to try pig. Got to be on my list of things to do, right? Pig. I've not had pig, but we'll give it a go. Anyway, I have rambled on enough for now, and as you can see, night is falling, so I'm going to hang out in my shelter, and I'm going to call it a night for tonight. It is getting late in the real world, and the weather is dreadful outside here, and I really don't feel like I'm super in the mood to go running around in the dark and in the rain trying to find tools right now. So what I shall do is I shall say good night, and oh, helicopter going down, and move on, and hopefully what I'll do is I'll maybe stitch together some stuff from my next adventures, finding some tools, pulling some tools together, and then when we've got a whole set of tools, we'll see if we can find a car or something. I don't know, and maybe there might be some other adventures on the way, like the video of me catching up to that freshie in a green backpack. So as always, thank you very much. If you could please like the videos, that would be very much appreciated. If you could please subscribe, and if you please, and if any questions, any comments, anything at all, please comment. I'm all too happy to respond, and I will see you all again next time. Ta-ta for now.